we're in a time right now where seller finance is way more likely again because it's harder to get financing. So if I'm trying to buy a property right now, if Gabriel's trying to buy a property and we can't get it to pencil because the interest rates are so high, then we can't do it. So a seller's going to say, well, what if I, carried some of that note? And they can take a percentage, a high interest type of percentage for them being the bank. So I'm curious if you have seen any more seller finance recently, if that's something you're looking for, or if you don't look for it as much today.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's initially a lot of those early deals, I was face to face with the seller. And so I really focused on that, the relationships that I would build there, but just organic networking too. I wasn't one that sent out mailers and flyers and auto texts and calls. I was just building just organic relationships. And I did find that most of these sellers were men and women in their 60s and 70s they did have a level of sophistication. They had built up some level of wealth themselves. And they were just at the end of their investing journey. Like they were in a place where a lot of these mom and pop owners were just burnt out. They were really, really good people. They were fairly savvy investors. They knew to buy and hold real estate. But then it was like, now what? And they were tired of being landlords, maintenance person, dealing with tenants. And I was surprised that a lot of these sellers actually had adult children my age. And I'm thinking, why wouldn't they want the asset? But they only saw mom and dad dealing with the headaches of the property. And their kids, and a lot of times, didn't have any interest in the property. And so this was a way for them to be able to continue to get income, like true mailbox money by being the bank. And you're creating a new level of passivity for them. So they're not having to deal with all the headaches of managing the property, and it's backed by an asset they've owned for a long time. And a lot of times sellers will do that because they don't want to pay the capital gains. They don't want to go do a 1031 and actively invest. They sure as heck don't want to pull that money out, be taxed, and then go put it in the stock market, right? And so, I saw a lot of that back then, and I've seen that even coming up into recently. But more recently, I don't think a day's gone by in the last 6 months that I haven't received an email that's saying price reduction, motivated seller, possible seller financing, which, a couple of years ago, there was less of it because anyone could put their property on the market for just about any price. And there was just a lot of cheap money out there. There was a lot of stupid money out there. And why would they seller finance? Now, I have picked up some seller financing deals even in a seller market, but it's all relationship based. It's all because I know what their position is, why they want to sell it. And when I'm looking at seller finance deals, that's my biggest strategy is I'm just trying to find out what the seller's needs are. Because at the end of the day, it's a win-win scenario. If you can find out what the seller's needs are, give them what they want, and make the deal work for you, that's a win-win. That really is the advantage of seller financing.